Before we start, just understand this is not a signal service. Everything you see here is for educational purposes only. Trading involves risk, and the goal here is not to follow trades, it's to learn the process behind them.
Good morning, and welcome to I'm the Trader Capital live trading for law. First and foremost, all glory to the Most High God. Let's bow our heads for a quick prayer. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for your grace and your mercy. We thank you for another opportunity to try again to learn and grow in these markets. Father, we ask that your will be done today as it is in heaven. Father, I ask that you give us the heart of a giver and make us a lover of our neighbor. Please let me not lead anyone that listens to me astray, but use me as a vessel to bring your children back onto you. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen. Can the church say amen? Amen. All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Before we jump into the charts, though, it is a bloody good morning. All right, it's Thursday, May 7th, NFP Thursday. We're in the wild, wild west. I just want to say this. There was a time I used to sit down at the charts with no real plan, jumping between strategies, second guessing every entry, and honestly just hoping that the trade would work. And that's where most traders are, not because they're not capable, but because they don't have a structured process. The biggest pitfalls that causes traders to fail is that they have no knowledge of money, they don't know how to lose, they don't know how the markets operate, and they don't have a winning model. 90% of traders fail. All 90% are plagued with one or more of these pitfalls. Today, I'm going to show you the three pillars that every trader must have in their trading to survive and thrive in the financial markets. So you can join the 10% who succeed and fast track your way to the top 1% of the wealthiest people on this planet. It's called the 10% to 1% club. Woo! Let's go. But before we dive deep into the three core pillars, when you step into this arena on this battlefield, you must first have two crucial realization. Realization number one, trading is war. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is the hardest thing that you'll ever do in your life. Realization number two, all traders are money managers. As a trader, your ability to manage money is vital to your survival in this industry and in life as we know it. Most traders think that success in the markets comes from finding the perfect strategy or catching the biggest moves. But the reality is, trading success is built on three core pillars. First is money and mindset. This is the foundation of success. Next is risk management. This is the holy grail of trading. This is what will keep you in the game long after everybody else has quit. And lastly, we have trading edge. This is where all traders start. I know this because this is where I started. That's why in today's session, we are going to hone in on your trading edge. Now, I am the trader capital, all right? Confidence in our trading comes from three things, right? It comes from one, understanding how the market actually operates, not what social media says, but how money truly moves. Second, having one trading model with IPTA signatures that you trust and execute consistently. Third is having a planning process because without a planning process, you're just reacting to price and you're winging it each and every time. And this right here, this session, this is where we focus on the third piece, the process part. I'm not here to force trades, I'm here to execute my plan step by step in real time. All right, guys, let's get into the live trading for law. Now, as you're watching, don't just look for entries, but pay attention to the process behind the entries, okay? Because that's what will get you into the 10% of traders who succeed. And if you want to go further to the 1%, well, that's where we break down all three pillars inside of the program. I used to think that winning trades built confidence, but it's not the wins. It's knowing exactly what you're doing, when you're doing it, how you're doing it, why you're doing it, before, during, and after each trade. And that is what we're building here today. Let's get into our daily processes. Weekly target going to this week is 3%. Mental check-in, feeling generally okay. All right, excited to see what price action has in store for us today on this NFP Thursday. Excited to continue to grow, all right, and get 1% better in these markets. Acknowledge risks. I accept any risk that comes with trading today. I understand that trading comes with real risk and that losing is part of the battle. News. Thursday, May 7th. This year is just flying by, boy. What's going on? We have high impact news come out 8:30. Medium impact news come out at 8:30 as well. We have medium impact news. This is government shutdown coming out at 10. Medium impact news coming out at 10:30. And we got 4:30 today. So we have news today, all right, making it an optimal day to take a trade. We are entering the wild, wild west, okay? So expect the unexpected. Risk going into today is the same 0.25 of account size, and we have a max of 0.75 per account per day. Weekly program going to this week is a buy program. Let's go ahead and review price action overnight to see if anything's happened to change that for us here at I'm the Trader Capital. Get out of here. Get out of here. As you can see, price is just rallying higher and higher. Nothing's really happened in price to change our weekly program. Okay, still in the buy program. Yesterday, for me, there was really no setups until like 12:50, which we'll go over in a second. Let's adjust our ranges here on the higher time frame. All right, we're ready or set. We're gonna review yesterday's price action, then we'll get into our three-step process for today. PM session didn't really have anything for me either. Like I said, it was this 12:50 macro setup really. It was nice though, but it's not my trading time, so there was nothing for me to do there. I'm noticing some continuation setup there that I need to, go ahead and backtest, collect more data, because until this goes, this is still a valid buy. So, anywho, this was the trade of the day for yesterday. It was using a lunch session open range, right? We took open range sell side, confirmed lunch buyers, the session buyers for lunch as sales, right? We'll be waiting for a retracement setup to then anticipate continuation to the downside. But obviously, our weekly program is buy, so this could be a potential, right? Retrace to reverse scenario forming, right? Potential, knowing our weekly program, right? Anyway, 12:50 macro, we drop down into external liquidity. Like I said, lunch session open range sell side. We take liquidity below it. All right, swing with a displacement market structure shift back above it. I would have used this market structure shift, okay, because this one candle, like I said before, if it takes two structures, all right, I like to go with the one that's higher because sometimes it might not come down to the lowest one. For the time, right, for the macros, I don't mind taking a mitigation setup. So this setup right here would have also been valid if it gave you an opportunity to get in, okay? But here would have been my entry there, and let's see what it gives you. Say cheese, take a big go. Gives you -5 there, all right? Solid setup there. That was the only setup of the day for me anyway, for my model, using my processes, my procedures and protocols. There was nothing in the lunch session for me really right now, but like I said, I'm noticing a lot of stuff that's happening at the highs that's, is using the high as a supporting factor to continue higher. So that's something that I'll be back testing this weekend and seeing if I can frame entries or set up on that, okay, walking it forward. Da, 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 da. Oh my goodness. Why is he not taking me to where it needs to take me? What the hell was that about? That's freaking weird, dog. Anyway, let's get into today. Got a small range to play with here. 3-step trading process. Step 1, condition. Step 2, stage. Step 3, execution. Let's get into it then. Step 1, condition, determine bias. All right, we like to, there's different biases you can go with, right? You can go with the weekly bias. Well, let's start with the high time. You can go with a monthly bias. You can go with a weekly bias. You can go with a daily bias. Or you can go with a session bias, all right? I like to do session bias because I'm an intraday day trader, okay? I can also go by daily bias, all right? But yeah, I can do daily bias and session bias. I could do that. Right, that is what I do. I do the daily bias using the dealing range, and then I do the session bias using the open ranges. Okay, so for me, I like session bias and daily bias as well. Okay, because I'm day trading. So for the daily bias, all right, in order to determine that, all right, we must first identify our dealing range. Our field of play. We must identify our field of play. Like, what are we playing in? What's our field? Where's the highs and lows? That is our maximum and our minimum. You know, you can't just be using the whole field, right? It's a big ass field here. It's a big market. All right. So from midnight to current price action. All right. Same processes. We note the lowest low. Oh, I forgot. I don't use the fib no more. Because it doesn't let me extend it properly, you know, like this one does. We go from lowest low to highest high. Gives us our dealing range. No. Just like that, we got our dealing range. Now we're waiting for one side of it to get taken to give us our daily bias. Now for the session bias, I'm going to use this as the daily for my day, for this day's bias. And then we'll have a session bias using the opening ranges for that session, because it's the AM session, the lunch session is the PM session. Booyah shaka! See, I've been meaning to correct that. I've been meaning to fix that, and now we just did that. Thank you, Ashwa. Where's my pen? Bruv. I'm running out of space here. I need a new notepad out here in these streets. DL12 to current, because daily bias, opening range equals session bias. And obviously we have the weekly bias, so that's Monday's range. Monday range equals weekly. You can also use previous day's range as well. I just don't have what that would be regarded as. But you can also use previous day's range as to determine your bias going into the current day. Alright, that makes sense. Ding 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 ding. 9:30 open, midnight open range. Gap is above price, so we gap down. This is the first gap down I've seen in a minute. So discount gap, all-time highs. Oh, above dealing range we have nothing because it's all-time highs right now. Below dealing range, below. We have PM session, open range, sell side. Yeah. That's what we got below. Obviously we got like probably PM session, sell side as well, but we're not looking at that no more, are we? Make sure this is on the 15 seconds. Obviously, if you're going by previous day, right, we've already taken previous day's high, right? So for you, right, we would be in a buy program already, right? Established would be established already because we've taken previous day's high. For me, I like to wait till I see it happen in real life, all right? But you can also use previous day's range as your current day's bias, range to determine bias. So your preference, trading is a solo sport. What works for me may not work for you. So you have to figure out what works for you. Collect data using OR and then see which ones, right, provide the subs that you gravitate towards. Get 30, that's crazy. Oh, exit in channel. Yeah. Yeah, but oh wow, I didn't even know you could do that. You know what? I'm fucking with this channel indicator. No indicator, tool, whatever the hell it's called. Exit in the channel, please. Yes. You know what? I mess with that. I mess with that. The fib could never. The fib could never. See? It could never do that. Yeah, we're just gonna use the fib for entries and exits like you're supposed to. And then use the channel for the ranges. Cause what? The fib could never. It could never have that. Yeah. That's sick, man. I like that. I like that feature. Now we just wait for either one side of the dealing range, the daily dealing range to get taken, or we wait till post 10 o'clock to get our opening range, dealing range, then we play off that. But if you're using previous day, right, you could be getting a continuation setup right now, right? Anywho, we use this time to work on our fund. Because this is the behind the scenes series, right? And we are behind the scenes. We're kind of getting the the educational part, or not education, the training part, right? Of Remember the three roles: expert investor, fund manager, capital raiser. So this would be this part is the expert investor. You know, this is the training where we provide our analysts and stuff. I'm trying to get that processes down so it's easy and easy for somebody else to do. So while I'm doing that, I need to work on the behind the scenes of how everything's gonna go down. So the the 4 things I'm working on right now is what is the hedge fund? What is a hedge fund? And then talk a little bit about us and what we do. The 3 rows, we established the 3 rows in a fund. Then we're going to do the fund launch formula. Shout out to Bridger Pennington. It's deal strategy, frame the deal, pitch investors, and then legal docs. And then we're going to work on our edge. Edge comes from 4 things: asset class, investment strategy, team, and structure. Then for our incubator, hedge fund incubator, which is how we're going to start, right? We're going to start small, build small. It'll be a small group of people, family and friends, all right? So I can get my feet wet in this industry, all right? I'm going to need a prime broker that's going to facilitate transactions. Yeah, I'm going to work on like distributions and waterfall structures and stuff. So today, yeah, what is a hedge fund? A pool of money. Investors put that pool of money. Us general partners take money from that pool. We invest it for us. When a hedge fund will be trading it. Yeah, I think I'll need to explain a specific. Some people don't even know, never heard of a hedge fund before. They don't know what a hedge fund is, so it's best to start with that and then get into us and what we do. So we day trade the futures market. We specialize in NQ. Providing. Hold on. Trying to put together, a little bit about us. I'm the Trader Capital here. Just a little bit about us. This means we're able to capitalize on short-term movements. Oh, now we're going to the deal, right? Deal and strategy. For deal and strategy. Oh, let me put this down first, because I still need that. Nothing for us to do here. On the trader capital, we day trade. That's what makes it different. We day trade. We don't invest. We don't buy and hold. We don't believe in none of that crap. We day trade the futures market. Specialize in in Q. Our goal is to take care of everyday people I'll go take care of everyday people, making sure we'll think about this one. Bear with me. Taking care of everyday people like us, making sure we are getting the level of returns that big corporations, big investment houses try to preserve for their most wealthiest of clients. How can I say that succinctly? You know? You know. Brrr. Is take care of everyday people. Okay, let's put an everyday people. I'll get chat to spruce it up a little bit, make it a little bit more succinct and professional, you know? Make sure they're getting the level of returns need to put this in there. We trade the market, we don't invest in the market. Let's put that here. I'm sure we trade the market, we don't invest in the market. This means we are able to capitalize on short-term movements. Okay, let's put that in there. $9.50 macro. Let's see what you're hitting for. So far, nothing for us to do yet. This means you are able to capitalize on short-term movement, short term. I wanna say something about the big three uncertainty in here. What did I put it as? I think I switched one of them up though. Black swan, gap risk, technical. This means we're able to capitalize on short-term movements and mitigate. Oh, it's the T. This means we're able to capitalize on short-term movements and minimize, because it's not mitigate, we can't mitigate that. And minimize risk exposure. Oh, I said we aim to provide. That's what we should be, right? Instead of our goal is to take care. provide everyday people okay. We aim to provide everyday people the level of returns that big corporations, big investment houses try to preserve for their most wealthiest of clients. I like that. Let's see what chat was up with. This is what I came up with. Well, no, this is what I've ended with. I'm the Trader Capital. We day trade the futures market, specializing in NQ. We trade the market, we don't invest in the market. This means that we are able to capitalize on short-term movements and minimize risk exposure. We aim to provide everyday people with the level of returns that big corporations, big investment houses try to preserve for their most wealthiest of clients. Nothing for us to do here. We're either waiting for one side of the dealing range to get taken, or we're waiting for 10 o'clock to get open range to be done, and we'll have that dealing range to play with. I'll need to see liquidity taken above that. Hold on. Probably came to that 1 hour inefficiency. Looks like too high. Yeah, goes down in here too high. Two minutes till open range is complete. you let me know because it's about to be the high. Okay, okay. taking open range, deal range buy side session bias has been confirmed as buy program in line with our weekly program. Okay, so we'll be anticipating a retracement setup to then catch the continuation higher. Let's get rid of this because we're in full trading mode now. And we're taking dealing range buy side as well, confirming daily session bias as a buy program in line with our weekly. I would be interested here because we've taken buy side here. All-time highs, uncharted territory trading. Scary up here, ain't it? More than ever. You need to have processes, procedures, and protocols in place when you're trading this market. Especially at all-time highs, because it can continue to keep flying. I see this here and I'm watching it. Okay, this is what chat came up with. It's not the best, but we'll get a different version of it. I'm the Trader Capital. We specialize in day trading the futures market with a prime focus on the NQ. We don't invest in the market, we trade the market by capitalizing on short-term price movements. We seek to generate opportunity while minimizing long-term market exposure and risk. Our mission is to give everyday people access to the level of performance, strategy in the professional market and professional market participation typically reserved for large institution and high net worth investors. It's not hitting me, right? I'm not feeling it, and I was like, huh. Now we'll be waiting until 10:30, unless we come and take this sell side here. Oh, see, this something like this is what I mean. You take buy side, come down into an inefficiency, come back up, market structure shift back above that buy side. This a potential entry. This is what I want to go back and back test for this week, because that's what I've been seeing this whole week. And then obviously, if you're taking out here, it's just confirming the retracement setup, and you can take it down. Yeah. So instead of just liquidity, it can also be an inefficiency here. Market structure. That's the. Oh, I have this here as a continuation setup in it. All right. I need to go back. I need to go back. All right. So this can be lick plus inefficiency. Before the reversal, I just want to see inefficiency. I mean, liquidity. Because that's what's been happening this week. It's just not even. It's not even retracing. Boom, boom. Look at the time too. Look at the time. Boom, boom, boom. Entry right here. Let's follow it. Let's see what it gives us. You would have got bread and butter, -1. A re-entry on the supporting time frame there. And until this low goes, trade is still valid. And when this low goes, gives you a reversal for retracement. All right, all right, all right. We'll be looking deep into that this weekend. That will be our back testing session. It's about adapting to the different market environments, you know? I didn't mean longer. This is long. Right, this is the next version of it. It's a bit longer than if we can get it short, more succinct, would be great. But let's see. At Amna Trader Capital, we specialize in actively trading the futures market with a prime focus on the NQ Nasdaq futures. Unlike traditional firms that rely on long-term investing, we strategically trade short-term market movements, allowing us to pursue opportunities in both rising and falling markets while minimizing prolonged exposure to market risk. Our approach is built on precision, risk management, and institutional level execution. We believe the strategies and opportunities historically reserved for hedge funds, investment banks, and elite money managers should not be exclusive to the wealthy. Our mission is to bridge the gap by delivering professional grade trading and asset management to help everyday investors access a higher standard of market participation, performance, and financial growth. Yeah, there's a bit too much words in there for me, you know. Make this more succinct. I can't even succinct. How do you spell succinct? Succinct, bruv. Negative 1.5. Let's focus on something that I think I'm good at. Because spelling ain't it. Spelling ain't it, bruv. Oh my goodness. Can't spell succinct to save my life. I can say it though. Not sustainable. It's not the word I'm looking for. Succinct. Oh, mate. There we go. Succinct. Okay. Succinct. I didn't even know how to like. Don't put me in a spelling bee. Don't ever put me in a spelling bee. Ugh. I just feel like it had too many words going on. I didn't mind it though. I like the beginning part. Okay. Okay. I need to change a few words here, but I like this one. It says, I'm the Trader Capital. We specialize in actively trading the futures market with a prime focus on the NQ Nasdaq futures. Parentheses. Unlike traditional firms that rely on long-term investing, we capitalize on short-term market movements to pursue opportunity while minimizing prolonged market exposure. Built on precision, discipline, and institutional level risk management, our mission is to provide everyday investors access to the level of, I need to adjust this part, strategy and performance traditionally reserved for hedge funds and elite money managers. That last line, I need to dumb it down a little bit more into layman's terms, so everybody can understand what we got going on here. He did all that, but he literally just came into the upper portion of this inefficiency. All right. With every different market element or condition, like I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm learning how I can adapt, right? To be involved in the market moves, right? I'm learning the adaptation of, hey, we're 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 making all-time highs. Price just wants to continue higher. It's not showing any indication that it actually wants to retrace into a discount and then continue. But at the highs, all right, focus on the highs there. What is happening around those highs? Okay, that's what this week is teaching me so far. Well, that's something from like previous week too. Remember when it was like, oh, it doesn't need to. It was like 2 weeks ago. Price was like just staying at the highs, and it wasn't like even giving us a retracement setup. Yeah. So here, this is a continuation setup, which I have here. I just never knew when to look for that. Actually, because the reversal is easy to see, but the continuation here. Oh, this for retracements, this for continuation. We take it, drop back inside of it into liquidity or inefficiency, market structure shift back above. Ha ha ha, look at that beauty. We take it, the high of it, previous day and 20-day high, trade above it, come back down into inefficiency or liquidity on this one. This instance is inefficiency. Displacement, market structure shift back above that high. Okay, entry is right here. Negative 2.5 getting smashed there. And we also had a re-entry on our support in time frame as well. Boom, come down into an inefficiency. It's a tiny one, but it's there. Displacement, market structure shift back above that high. And that's how we would capitalize on that. Cool. Cute. Let's see how many contracts it would have allowed us in here. We had time, we had price, everything was there. Just not a model that I currently engage in. 3 contracts, give us 3 contracts. So 1, 2, 3, -2, we're out. 1 to 2 right there. Coolio. Understood. Then now, if it was to fail, right, will give us a reversal, give us a retracement setup. Then we'll just be exiting and coming back in. All right. Sick. I like that. Me like that. I like that. Anyway, let's get back to this bad boy here. I'm gonna copy this. I like this. And I'm gonna adjust a few things. this should be the first presented fair value up on the 15-minute. Why is it not showing though? Oh, no, 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 no. That's strange. That's very strange. Yeah. What's going on, my guy? Alright, I'm the Trader Capital. We specialize in actively trading the futures market with a prime focus on NQ. Really MNQ, but same thing. NASDAQ futures. Unlike the traditional firms that rely on long-term investing, we capitalize on short-term market movements to pursue opportunity. I don't like the sound of that. What do you guys think? Unlike traditional firms that rely on long-term investing, we capitalize on short-term market movements to pursue opportunity while minimizing prolonged market exposure. Built on precision, discipline, and institutional level risk management, our mission is to provide everyday investors access to the level of strategy and performance traditionally reserved for big corporation Built on precision, discipline, and institutional level risk management, our mission is to provide everyday investors access to the level of strategy and performance traditionally reserved for big corporations, big investment houses, and wealthy individuals. Bang! Shabuya! Shabuya! First hour of trading is behind us, and we are working on behind the scenes here, building this hedge fund live behind the scenes of I'm the Trader Capital. While we're getting the trading side perfected, right? We're progressing on to the next phase. Now that we have processes and procedures and protocols that we're following on a consistent basis and nothing needs to be adjusted on the trading side, it's now time to work on the behind the scenes aspect. And that's what I'm trying to do simultaneously as I follow my procedures and protocols live in the flesh. Nothing for me to do right here. There is also the first hour of trading range, but I don't really do anything with that. I'm good of that, to be honest. Let's see what this low is saying. 15, 14 is low. It doesn't even come below it, so that wouldn't be a valid, even at the time even. This is still the low that needs to go for me to be interested in anything right now. But right now, this was the trade of the morning, okay? It was a continuation setup, but I haven't really been paying attention. Yeah, I've been thinking, where can I see this forming, right? Now we have it. And then, if it does do that, if it does come, right, and take you out here, now it just gave you a retracement setup. Oh my goodness. It's all just coming together. Like one gives you the other. One getting taken out, the other confirms the other one. Obviously, you can also come back and take you out there too, and then, do it maybe twice and then be like, okay, chill, let's wait for the time. Exciting times. I do want to say level of strategy and performance. I just want to say returns. Returns is easier for people to comprehend, right? Yeah, let's put instead of performance, because what performance are we talking about? People want to hear, wait, where's my return? Profit. They want to hear return. What performance and return are two different things. If I hear performance, I'm not gonna equate it to, hey, what am I getting out of this, But returns, hey, that's my return. Makes sense to me. Level of strategy and returns. Yep. Yeah, this is the final. This is the final bit. I'm the Trader Capital. We specialize in actively trading the futures market with a prime focus on the NQ Nasdaq futures. Unlike traditional firms that rely on long-term investing, we capitalize on short-term market movements to pursue opportunity while minimizing prolonged market exposure. Built on precision, discipline, and institutional level risk management, our mission is to provide everyday investors access to the level of strategy and returns traditionally reserved for big corporations, big investment houses, and wealthy individuals. Bing bang biggity bosh! I'm the Trader Capital, coming to a city near you. All right. So that would be a little introduction to us, right? Just a little bit about us, just the intro. Now we get into the edge part, right? Let's put a line through this. Now we get into the edge part, right? Edge comes from asset class, investment strategy, team, and structure. Right now, team is not an edge of ours, just because it's just me. But either way, if you have me on your team, that's a freaking edge in itself. Stop playing. So asset class, strategy, also this style of trading. That will come under strategy actually. Style of trading, yeah, that comes under strategy. This was clean. Looking back at it now, it was super duper clean. Super duper clean. Negative 4.5 would be with a potential draw right now. Super duper clean stuff. I'm watching this now as a trade to continue higher. We should go into the macro perspective, right, before we get into the edge and stuff. So this would mean, this right here would mean that I don't need to see a retracement set up to then catch the continuation. That's what this means right here. So right now I have retracement set up as a entry requirement for continuation. Depending on how my back testing goes and when we walk it forward, right, we might need to adjust that. That's been a topic of subject for me actually. So now we get to address it because it's back in the picture. Boom, 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 boom. Yesterday, I was in a funk. I'm not gonna lie, I was in a funk after my trading session was done. I was definitely in a funk. There's outside things and trading, and it's just it was just not a good day for me, but we move and we progress. Today's much better day, all right? This is the day that he has made. I will be glad and rejoice in it, okay? Just showing up and trying to take in as much as I can and just not letting my emotions take over, you know? But I'm not gonna lie, yesterday I was definitely in a funk. Just have to focus on, you know, the goal and the target and keep taking steps towards it, right? And not worry about anything else, right? Keep my mind, eyes on the prize at all times, right? And just keep it pushing. You know, you're allowed to have days where you're in a funk, you know, multiple days where you're in a funk, but don't stay in that funkness, you know? I'll be watching this as well as a continuation. We're watching this here to get us here to -4. I'm -4.5, sorry, and to the next standard deviation here. I wish he gave us 3 standard deviation though instead of 2. We could do one more trading view. We could do with one more, please. Or as many as possible, right? And toggle maybe 4. Oh, mum. I'm going to watch this here, a market structure shift here, using first hour of trading range. Nothing that I would engage in right now, but I'll be paying attention still. -3.5 though. Yep, would have given that to us. I'm watching this here. Oh, finally popped up. Delayed but not denied. Alright, you'll be getting tagged in that. Let's watch it. I'm basing it off first hour of trading's range, us taking liquidity above it, coming back below, market structure shift. Because we have nothing else to go off base by up here, okay? Just that. So, 4 contracts away. Let's take it to this low here. We have nothing to work with up here except that. Still would be in this buy here though. Stop is here. I don't do anything with first hours range. So this is like a tester, okay? So if it fails, I'll be completely just regarding it, disregarding it, and just all right, okay, I'll do nothing with you. You're dead to me. First hour of trading range, you're dead to me. Anyway, we know there will be 4 contracts. We're watching this. I just don't want to have too much thing on the chart right now, but we're watching this. Dead, dead, dead to me. You be getting smashed out with that. But this is also now a re-entry, right? I'm just basing it off the standard deviation. So this market is just, it's on one. There's no way it should be going up this much. No way. We're gonna hit 30K by the end of this week. Maybe NFP will just deplete us all the way down now. We're not gonna hit 30K this week, definitely not. Definitely not in the cards. -4. Ding 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 ding. Heading to our terminus right now. Wish we had more standard deviations to play off by, but I'm assuming this here looks about correct for the next standard deviation around -6. Okay, this one came in at 0.5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, 4 would be here. 4 would be right here next. standard deviation. 1, 2, 3, 4. We haven't hit negative 4.5 yet though. So much growth, man. My God. So we got our intro and about us figured out. We're still in the deal and strategy part. We have to get the deal and strategy. But let's... Okay, so what am I working on here? The investor briefing. Yeah, this will be... Let's do the pitch deck. Pitch deck, pitch deck. Let's work on the pitch deck. Deal, we're talking about risk control return, so let's go risk control return. Mini ranges, I'm seeing the mini ranges that I'm playing with. Which lead me to the next phase, right? it should be like why us, right? It should be the why us. That was that edge part. Deal. Either why us or market opportunity, no? Big word, executive summary. We wanted to retrace now lower, so we're watching this. 11. I'm a bit early, innit? It's coming up though. I'm a tad early on that. 11:11. Alright. That's enough for today. That's enough for today. We got an intro and about us done in this session, so we'll take that one step at a time, right? Yeah, I like that. I like that intro. All right, let's do a trade performance review and be done here on the day. What I did well today is that I showed up. All right, I got 1% better, gained experience, learned lessons that I'll take into my next trading day, next trading session for sure, 100%. I'm kind of seeing my continuation model, right, in effect this week, right? I haven't really been, well, I've been paying attention, but I've been seeing that price is just working off the highs and just continuing higher. So I've been seeing my continuation model that we've had here for a while now. We had continuation, we have a reversal, well, we change it to retracement. Because those are the two types of trades that we take. It's really a reversal, but I'm calling it retracement. Because retracement can turn reversal. Either way, it works. And it just keeps everything cohesive. Yeah, definitely got 1% better in this session here. It kind of just brought together everything that I've been seeing this week, and it just today just kind of like put it right in my face. Like, whoa, are you not seeing this? This is what's been happening this whole week. All right. What I feel short today would be not completing my morning routine. I woke up at a decent hour. I did half of my morning routine, but I didn't get to finish the rest. I'll be doing that once I get off here. How I can improve the next trading session is just keep showing up, keep seeking excellence in everything that I do. Don't let short-term adversity, series of losses deter me, distract me from what I got going on. Keep taking small steps in the right direction, and eventually we'll get to our destination. Also, get back to analyzing the data. I don't know, I haven't been, once the day is done this week, I haven't been going back into the chart to look at the chart and analyze the day, how the day went. Okay, I need to get back into the habit of doing that again. Okay, so like I said, yesterday I was in a funk. All right, but there's no excuse. That is no excuse. All right, I need to do what I gotta do to get to where I want to get to. Okay, so yeah, solid day for us here. I'm the Trader Capital, taking a lot out of this session. All right, that we're gonna go back and back test. All right, and potentially walk forward, and eventually maybe, depending on the data collected, implement into our procedures and protocols. Trade breakdown. Like I said, this would have been the only not yeah the only viable trade for me, right, with time and price and everything. This continuation setup. Once we took previous day's high, also 20-day high, we came back inside the range into an inefficiency or liquidity, displaced higher, caused the market structure shift back above it. I have it. I have it right here as my continuation setup. I don't know how I'm gonna show you this, but this is old stuff. I don't know if you can see. If you can see, it's on this side. This one right here. Continuation setup. Whatever. I don't need to prove shit to you. I know what I know. I know what I have. So cool. I just need to start now walking forward and implementing, going back, walking forward and implementing if what I'm seeing is what I'm seeing. Okay, so like I said, this would have been a viable trade. Okay, we had time and price, everything in place, just solid. This was the only trade of the morning, really trade of the morning for me right here, that I could have partaken. Anything else? I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Anyway, I'm watching this going into lunch session. Okay, this is what I'm watching going into lunch session. Let's see how it plays out. Purely just basing it off the standard deviations, really and truly. Nothing that right now I would put money behind, put risk behind, but worth a watch since there's nothing else really to go off by up here in this uncharted territory, where we kind of just have to go based on the standard deviation. We also have first hour of trading's range high here. Okay, take buy side above it, market structure shift back below it. That's also in effect as well, also with the standard deviation. So I'm watching it. Yeah, let's collect the data on it and see if it's something. Obviously, if there's nothing else to go off based buying price, then I can use it. But if there is, then it won't be something that I focus on. So yeah, that's it from us today. Let's wrap this bitch up. Excuse my French. Let's wrap it up. But before we wrap up, though, we have to end the stream right. I just want to leave you guys with this. All right. There was a time I would finish a trading session and still feel lost. I don't have those days anymore. Now it's just a learning. Each session is just a learning experience, and I'm adapting to price action and trying to, be a chameleon, right, in the different market conditions, and see where my model can present itself, right, and also what model is showing itself clearly to me within that market condition. What am I seeing on a consistent basis? Even on days I made money, all right, I really didn't know why it worked back then. And on losing days, I had no system to fall back on. That's the difference between guessing and having a real edge. And here's the truth. Most traders only focus on entries, but consistency comes from the system behind the entries. So if you've been watching and thinking this makes sense, but I don't have the full system yet, that's exactly why I created the 10% to 1% club. That's where we go deeper into all three pillars: the full model, the risk management system, the money and mindset principles needed to join the 1% club, and the exact process to follow daily. All right. So if you're serious about becoming consistent, that is your next step. I used to think that the goal was to win more trades, but the goal is to become the type of trader who can perform no matter the outcome, because once you have that, all right, the results will follow. That's all for us today. We didn't take any trades, but it turned out to be a beautiful, sexy data collecting day for us, where we're kind of paying attention to the current market condition and seeing where our model is presenting itself for us, okay? And kind of, I need to collect more data in terms of if I'm gonna adjust needing to see a retracement setup and a continuation setup. If I go back, right, in my back test and I see this more than not, we're not seeing a retracement setup, but we're still getting that continuation setup, okay, we'll be removing that criteria out of our continuation setup. And yeah, so I'm just letting the data, all right, I'm only using data to refine my model, my procedures and protocols, right? I don't have data behind it. There's nothing for me to do, all right? So, yeah, like I said, that's all for us today. We'll catch you on tomorrow's live trading session, all right? Live trading session on our trading floor. 9:15 kickoff. It's NFP Friday tomorrow, so be here, all right? She have price action should be exciting, all right? And we'll close out the week, another amazing week. Tomorrow morning, 9:15 kickoff. To be on time is to be late. All right, I'm the trader here, signing out. Good luck, good trading as always. Happy bloody hunting. Remember, you only fail when you quit. So what? Don't quit.